Hey, this is Colby. And you know I'm a weird one.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And this video is sponsored by definitely not a chair. Suitcases.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
Okay, it's not actually. But we are going to be drawing today. What we're drawing today is Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man's really fun to draw. I've been wanting to draw Spider-Man as a time-lapse YouTube video for a while. So I thought, why not now? It's like the perfect time, you know. We got some new superhero movies coming out. You know, Batman's coming out. We got the new Spider-Man game coming out on PS5. It's like pretty good time right here. So another reason that I wanted to do this today was I kind of want to do like a full-blown drawing instead of doing a 10-minute, 1 minute, 10 seconds. So I think it could be pretty fun. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, we're going to start this just like how you would start any great art project. We're going to look at some inspiration. So we're going to go take some Spider-Man poses and some different ways that different comic book artists have drawn Spider-Man and use that to inspire our art piece. I've chosen this one. Now we're going to try an older comic book. We're going to see how the art style has evolved and see if we want to keep or change any of the details from the newer one. Once again, we're going with another old comic book, but this one I immediately decided to stay on because I liked the older looking Spider-Man. Okay, we're starting off with the head outline. Now we're just drawing a line down the middle to show where the line of action is going to be, where the body is going to be going straight down. Now we're drawing arms, or at least the start, and then the start of some legs. Now I drew the legs a bit short here, but we fix that later. Okay, we're working on his breast line now and connecting the shoulders to the head. Now we're working on beefing up those legs because, you know, Spider-Man doesn't skip a leg day, you know what I mean? Okay, so right about here I was kind of questioning the pose a little bit because it didn't really feel that it didn't feel like what I was going for. So I'm kind of trying to fix it a little bit here, make the pose look a little bit better. Because right now it kind of just looks like that old banana meme that there used to be, like the banana, and it would be like peanut butter jelly time, you know. It kind of looks like that.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter.
So I was trying to like fix it a bit because this is supposed to be Spider-Man, you know. Okay, right here I'm adding like a little building line. Because what I was trying to do with this was in the Spider-Man PS4 game, you can kind of time your jump off a building after you get a specific power-up to be able to get on it and then just launch off. I was trying to build like the launching off pose, like getting ready to, but as you can see, it doesn't really look quite like it just yet. Okay, so now I went ahead and started on the outline of the body, and I just decided to go ahead and restart because this crap is just ugly, man. Okay, so I'm working on a completely different pose and everything. Okay, so now we're going to start on the pencil outline for the second time. The head already looks a little bit better. As you can tell, I'm already putting more time into this one. I got the shoulder pretty much where it would proportionally be accurate to a real human. Now I'm just working on the arm, which, spoiler alert, takes me absolutely forever to get down. And I never quite get it right. So just so you guys don't have to suffer watching me erase and then redraw and then get biceps over and over again, I'll just cut through this part right here and skip until I get to like this, probably like the second to last arm. Okay, right here I really don't know what happened, but I just drew the most glorious bicep right there. But guess what? It is way too small to even be close to proportionally accurate. So I erase it, and I never get one that quite looks as good as that. But this one will just have to do. Okay, so right here I'm just making the breast outline a bit bigger. And now I'm going to try to work on the arms once again. I don't know why I didn't just keep it at some of the other ones, but I went with the worst looking arm, I swear. And now we're working on the chest area and where the chest connects to the hip into the leg. Okay, so we're still working on where the crotch meets the legs now. You know, we're drawing a bit of lines, you know, trying to distinguish some parts. And now we're going to work on the spider symbol, the part that I'd say brings the suit together along with the webbing. Okay, now that the emblem's complete, we're going to work on the darker outline of the head. As you can see, it messed up a little bit on the his right side right there, but it'll have to buff, okay? It's not like we can just erase things. Okay, so now we're going to work on the eyes, you know, getting them to be what I'm looking for in this drawing. Okay, so I got his right eye where I want it, so now I'm going to try to fix the left eye, which is harder than I thought it would be. I don't know why I make everything so difficult in this, but that's the best I could get it to be equal. Now I'm going to work on the face webbing, making sure all the web lines are pointing towards the center of the mask. Okay, now the webs that go across the entire body and right on the neck, and going into the shoulders and the arms. And also the little separations between the webbed part and the blue parts. Now for you guys at home drawing Spider-Man, always make sure that your web lines are always facing towards the head. So like the curvature in it has to be facing right towards the head. And same with the arms, but the only exception is with the hands. The hands are pointing outwards. Oh no, I just noticed while editing this that the actual chest right there on his left side it kind of makes him look like a ginormous potato. It looks so bad, and I just realized it. Oh no. I'll zoom in real quick for you guys. Okay, right there in the middle of the screen is where it looks like a potato. Okay, right here, I decided to add in some sort of enemy that he had faced before, and I really like the fishbowl head himself, Mysterio. I'm drawing his hands over Mysterio's helmet, making it kind of look like he had cracked the glass on his helmet. Okay, so right here, I'm working on, so in the movies and comics, he's a VFX artist. So he has, in the Spider-Man Far From Home movie, he has like clouds of green smoke that'll go everywhere. So I'm drawing that right now. I'm putting crack on the top, making it look like a comic. And then like I'm having like sparks fly out. So it'll look kind of cool once it's all colored in. Now I'm erasing the fingers because it didn't really look too good, so I would replace that with just like a closed fist, and finished the web shooter shading right there. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the webbing outlines right here. I'm using my fine liner to go ahead and get in the details. Those eyes are already looking a whole lot better with darker lines on them. So now I'm working on the hand, so you can hopefully see where the Mysterio helmet stops when he's holding the hand and where it keeps going. And now I'm working on the webbing for the body. Now we're just going to darken in the spider logo in the middle of the chest. And now we're going to use our brush tip pen to make our gas clouds. Okay, now we're going to start coloring in Mysterio's helmet. Or not coloring it in, but filling in the cracks. Speaking of crack, we're actually going to darken that. Okay, so now we're going to erase everything, which will make the whole drawing look a whole lot cleaner, especially when we add the color, which we're getting ready to do. Also, am I the only one who thinks that coloring done in a time lapse just looks so, I don't know, there's something about it that just looks cool? Put it in the comments. Okay, so you might have noticed that right here as I was coloring,
I went out of the lines a little bit because I'm not the best with staying in the lines, even though I'm 16. But we can fix that real quick with a whiteout pen. Okay, so now we're working on the blue parts of the suit. Okay, now I'm going to work on thickening out the web shooter to make it look like it's on his body instead of like being a part of his suit. And now we're going to be coloring in the green gas that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so now we're putting in the gold part of Mysterio's helmet. Or should I say fishbowl. Right here I decided to fill it in green, and eventually, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm planning on having it like a bit faded and cloudy right here with this little coloring pen I have. Now I'm just going to color in the crack. And I'm going to fix up that little spot earlier that I said I would erase. Already looking a whole lot cleaner. Okay, so I thought it was looking a bit bland since it didn't have a background, so I decided to take this ceramic bowl right here and just put a little circle in, and I'm kind of going to make a spotlight and put black all around the circle. This black marker was actually running out of ink, so it actually looks like really cool when it's in the time lapse because of how long I had to use it, so that looks really sick. Right here I'm just coloring out his legs at the bottom. Hey, he kind of looks like PewDiePie now. So now what we're going to work on is shading, which I'm not incredibly good at, especially comic book style shading. Like, I'm fine with normal shading, but when it comes to like the comic book style where every single muscle has like a little shade on it, it's really hard for me. But I tried my best right here. And would you look at that? We're pretty much finished.
Okay, now as you can tell, this didn't actually turn out as good as I quite wanted it to. It's honestly pretty bad. I'm quite disappointed, but you know, it's not about the end product, okay? It's about like the fun. No, it's not. I had to restart because this definitely doesn't look good at all. And then this still doesn't look good, but it looks slightly better. Here's what I drew quite a while ago. It's another Spider-Man, but it's still terrible. Like, what? There's some good ones in here, okay? I promise. I do a lot of spider. Look, why couldn't I draw something like that? Like, come on, man. Like, that still doesn't look good, but it looks better. Like, come on. Like, okay, when this sketchbook gets filled out, I'll show you guys everything in here. I don't know why I did that bad on that one, but I did, and I've learned not to do that bad. So you guys better look out in the future for some more videos like this, because I'm definitely going to make another one, and it's definitely going to be a lot better. And if it doesn't turn out good, I'll restart the entire video, I promise. Anyways, guys, just make sure to like if you actually did like the video, dislike if you didn't. I'd like to see what you guys actually thought of it. Write like critiques in the comments and stuff. I don't like, I'll read them all, and I'll actually like take your advice from it. And just remember to subscribe, and peace out, guys.